Hello, and welcome back. More Pyre. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, King. Hi, Stealth Boy. Thanks for being ever so heckin' prompt. And also, King Mac, you're already starting off real strong in cutie butt criteria with them 100 bits. Yeah, bud. So I appreciate it. But yeah. Sorry for the no stream during the weekend. Had the parents visiting, and I might end up also not having another stream this upcoming weekend because the family wants me to come back and visit since it's my papa's 64th birthday and he's also retired. So it's likely that I probably won't be around for this weekend either. So just kind of gonna be Pyre for a while until I can have the shiny hunt weekends again, and then all the regular streams are probably gonna be Neo because I really want to play Neo, and that comes out I think Friday, and I'm not gonna be able to play it until we beat Pyre, and that might take a while with these slower streams. Thanks, King. But yeah. Where did we leave off? We just got Sandalwood. Our mysterious benefactor from way back when. And we completed the rite. Sandalwood just wanted us ousted basically immediately because Sandalwood apparently also knows how to read and can also project his voice into our minds. So that's good. That's grand. It's perfect. So yeah, we'll see how the events come to pass. Also, hi. Thanks for stopping by. School not helping all of you. You've just reached 44,000 points. It'll take a while to get there, Stealth Boy, and we still have 2 shinies to get. And with the shorter streams, it's there's probably not going to be that large of a break in the weekend shiny hunt streams outside of when I'm just not able to stay around. Also, hi, Di. Thanks for stopping by. It has been a little while. I hope you're doing well. And I'm really enjoying the mystical basketball game. Pyre's been a really fun time. I really enjoy the basketball segments of it. Also, hi, Dequaila. I'm really enjoying them, and it's starting to actually pick up in difficulty quite a bit. They're doing a lot of more advanced tactics that I should probably start attempting to learn. And then I really enjoy the kind of like choose your own adventure kind of storytelling that's going on. So far, the choices have been pretty minor, except for just some like minor. Maybe I could have gotten some more gold or not lost motivation for an upcoming right basketball game. But I've been really enjoying it. I have no idea. I haven't finished the game. I have no idea how different any given playthrough is actually going to be as of yet. So far, it seems pretty much that I'm in the first act where the things are not as consequential. But I think it'll probably start being consequential soon. Also, hello, Juice. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, wait, hold on. Because, yeah, as of right now, just story-wise, this is as far as we've gotten. We're not even down to the later tabs of story. We're still, like, very much in, like, the first act of the game, it feels like. Also, Sandra's status is she's blaspheming more than usual. Excellent, Sandra. Oh, God. We'll see if I can remember any of the voices that I gave these characters. It's been like 4 days. No, pretty much at a glance when choices become really important. That's what I was expecting. We'll get there. Here we go. We just got Sandalwood. We completed the rite just after getting Sandalwood. Volfred. So, that's where I'm at. At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination, the Scalorian shore. You have not been to this region of the downside. Volfred revealed this to be the one path through the woods into the north. We go. I love how animated our card is. Ooh. This is a very pretty frozen landscape. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Alodia. I messed that up last time and I messed it up this time. Also, yeah, K-Mike, you did mention that Final Fantasy VII Remake is also in a month. Too many games now and not enough time to stream them all. So scared to go back to Final Fantasy. Can't remember what happened last time I streamed. It's been almost 2 weeks. I can fill you in. I've got most of that story memorized, so if you need some assistance, I can help you remember. You'll have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing well today. Back working again, so shorter streams are back in order. I'm kind of hopefully gonna be getting into regular work routine soon enough, so that I'll kind of like not be just sitting there doing beginner stuff for a while. But yeah, so yeah, busy is probably a good descriptor of how I've been and how I'll probably continue to be for a while. And that's okay. I had quite the quite the break. On working, constant Clash Force Night. It sure is, Ethan. It sure is. Although I still haven't gotten my first paycheck yet, which I think I'll probably get sometime around Wednesday. And ooh, that'll be nice to be like, finally. Also, yes, I will fill you in on the story of Final Fantasy IX gaming. I may just have to like, it'll probably might be a little bit to do over chat. I may just call you and you can put me up to the mic. You banded together with common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible. Am I correct? But let me ask you something. I think I give him more. What does freedom even mean to you? I think I gave him like a scholarly yet deeper and a bit harsher tone. He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. He cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject and only know the truth of how you feel. Just straight up. What does freedom mean to you? Oh my goodness, there's a lot of options. Doing what you want. Freedom means being able to make decisions on your own terms. Achieving inner peace. Freedom means having a clear conscience and a carefree heart. Though we were only ousted apparently for reading, which has become against the law. So I have yet to really know what I'm here for, what I've been outcast for, other than just reading. 50% of the world's 195 questions have Chronos, that's the thing. Yep, sure is. And the best way to just, best way to continue being responsible is after any public get-together or anything, make sure to wash your hands. Try not to touch your face too much. And just, yeah. Just stay safe out there. Wash your hands a bit more often than you would, especially after, you know, being around people and, yeah, stuff like that. This is less about your character and more you. That would make sense. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out trying to put more voice into who our character even is. Trying to just put myself in her place. Having no master. Freedom means answering to no one's will other than your own. Going where you please. Freedom means being able to go where the heart yearns, without restriction and without fear, to feel true love. Freedom means not having one's strongest feelings and emotions repressed or rebuffed. Living without fear. Freedom means living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Nothing at all. Freedom is just another empty goal to chase. Give one's life a false sense of meaning. Wow, that's a depressive take on it. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. Okay, that's really good. Okay, that's really good. I think washed my hands raw at work today and didn't even have a guest interaction. That's fair, Cam. With where you work, I'd say that's relatively fair. Because, yeah, I mean, yeah, don't actually rub them raw, but just make sure to and just a bit more often. And any outstanding circumstances. What does freedom mean to me? Being able to make decisions on your own terms. I mean, that's fair. I mean, clear conscience and a carefree heart, no. Freedom means answering to no one's will other than your own. Being able to go where the heart yearns without restriction, without fear. Feel true love's not terrible either. Yeah. But it's fair. It's fair to be like, yeah. And yeah, just keeping at a bit more sanitary, but not overly sanitary. What was I gonna say? And also, you know, don't pull off any dingus moves. It's just like, no, you just don't have to hoard any disinfectants or antibacterial or stuff or anything like that. Just be like, no, just be a bit more cautious. And yeah. Freedom means living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Nothing at all. No, juice. That would be out. I would think that would actually be very bad. I think that would actually be very bad. Well, yeah, I've been treating it like a choose your own adventure, so, roommate going ham on this, I suppose. Can you choose to win? I would think just the most salient one would just be not the description of I barely read choose your own adventure books growing up. I think I read like a couple while I was in like elementary school, but nothing too much. But then I just got into video games, and which is many of them are very much choose your own adventure, just not in as direct of a fashion as this is. But yeah, I don't like the phrasing of doing what you want, but freedom means being able to make decisions on your own terms feels the most salient to me. You tell Volfred that freedom means having choice. If you're able to do what you want, both physically and socially, then you are free. Living without fear, at least with the choices. That's also very fair. Though the wastes have not been as torturous as I was expecting. Like, it seems like it's a hard life, especially given some of the more extenuating circumstances and like groups of stuff, or groups in some of the locations. But like, as far as our character is going, she got swept up in a caravan of people fighting for their freedom, and they don't seem like terrible people. So all things considered, it's not terribly fearful at the moment. Yeah, we're trapped in exile. Yeah, just not able to return to the Commonwealth, which at the moment we still honestly don't know a whole lot about the Commonwealth. Like, we're starting to learn of the other exiles, but like what makes the Commonwealth so exceptional and so and so wanted is still a bit up in the air for me. Other than just this lofty goal and expectation. So yes, go wish Manic a happy birthday. He considers your remarks for a short while. Choice is freedom, then, you say. If that is all, then you are free already. Go, my girl. Do as you please. Nobody's here to govern you. I trust, however, this is not the freedom that you have in mind. Perhaps you simply wish to return home and to be left alone. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live without fear. Well, hey, Suzanne, you nailed it. Not the just Commonwealth, I think. I always assumed it was kind of like a city that was a cap on the downside. Yeah, it seems that way as well. That would be a fair assessment of it. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. I have to get back to the Commonwealth to even get to the rest of the world. At least that's how I thought of it. Maybe? I don't know. It felt like the harps were able to be in a warring state with the Commonwealth, even if they were in the downside. But that just may be me remembering things incorrectly. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out towards the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more, and you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would be complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside through the rights, and we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dawn, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents to the other side shall explain the rest. Spiral Sanctum, the burned down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. The remains stand as a warning to those who would seek to spread forbidden knowledge. You're plotting a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Leave out your remaining days here, like so many others. So if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you are doing here, then speak now. Heck! Queen! A whole heckin' year, you butt! Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that sub. A whole heckin' year of sub. I sincerely appreciate it. Where did I leave off? I can't keep interrupting the story so much, so I kind of want to let things build up and then we can figure out things. It is necessary right with their choice, but that Hitsuzen is our very own chat both. Commonwealth is like the dungeon in Orarian Anma. I actually don't know what that is. Like the downside is the dungeon, or they're trying to climb up to the entrance in order to leave to Oraria. Wolfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rites and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom. You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together, you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. So Wolfred kind of had the same train of thought that I was going. Well, not same train of thought, but just kind of like that portion of what's so great about the Commonwealth that we're trying to get back there so much. Considering that the Commonwealth does exile people for a litany of reasons, and one of them being reading. It does seem rather archaic. And he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this. Let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Wolfred turns towards the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. Just can't toss this knowledge on us. The Mur Pass, pathway leading north to the sacred mountain. Wolfred indicates that this is the only way to reach the base of Mount Alodi. You read? I do, Stealth Boy. I know it's illegal. How long reading and writing is probably the easiest sign of repression to see. Yep. And then whether or not there's any sort of class structure where even those in power are reading, but counting reading as an exilable and banishable offense to those below seems like it may exist, though it could just be the singular act of reading. Leaders who know that their rule is unjust and that they don't want their citizens being too smart. Gonna have to report you to Twitch Police for the crimes of players. Stealth Boy, no! I thought we were cool. Stealth Boy. You rat me out like this. Didn't realize you were one of them. How dare you? I feel so betrayed. We go. Beyond lies Mount Alodio. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain. for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. I didn't sign up for no nerd stream. Wow. Beyond a crystal seeks Tizo. Tizo's trial. Oh, hi, Volford. So, he seems to have something on his mind. There you are, my girl. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Volfred stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then long-standing exile of the Nightwings who seeks more. Defensive is a gradual banning of reading and writing, then it's not so easy to identify. Or you have cases like England in the Middle Age where it is normal for the poorer class not to be able to read, then it is easy to identify as repression. Yeah. I kind of get exactly where my head was going. Big difference between not being able to read and outlawing reading. Simply not having a structure built around, or the structure not built around needing reading for the lowest of the classes, and also that kind of being a way of suppressing versus the very intentional suppressing of no reading whatsoever. Also, yeah, I'm curious what there has to be some sort of enforcing body to be doing the banishment and also paying attention to those reading. You do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we. We are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this I sense is nascent still. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that I haven't told you yet, your friends, and that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There's no reason they would know themselves, other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected when at first we met that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Wolfer breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as their reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So, once again, I invite you to depart, and I'll see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. This journey we are on, it has no guarantees, not for you, nor for any one of us. Do you understand? Wolford indicates that readers such as you cannot go free through the rites. Also, hi. Thanks for stopping by. We are on the we did the first rite after getting Volfred. So we're just after. So you understand there is more at stake here than your freedom alone, and besides, perhaps there is a way. Say you do not care, you have learned in life to keep your expectations low and tempered. Say nothing. If Wolford really wishes to know your thoughts on the subject, he knows where to find them. It's fair. I could be very arrogant. I would say I understand. At this point, I don't know. It's kind of me as a person is just like, even if I'm not in a winnable position, I would be absolutely willing to help those worthy of gaining and perhaps ensuing in this reform. Yeah, and define free. Returning to the Commonwealth is probably a much more accurate description than freedom. Didn't see the intro of this game, but it's reading like actual reading, or is it the ability to read people's feelings telepathically talking? As far as we know right now, it is literally reading, though Volfred seems to have taken this to a much farther level that our character is only slightly capable of in glimpses. I'm playing this on PS4, Queen. It's on a lot of systems. I'm assuming PC, PS4. I don't think it's on Switch. I would have to double check. So you could be freed by other methods. As far as we know, we do not know of any of the other methods. But there might be some. We only, as of right now, know of the Book of Rites, which is the rituals that we're performing to gain freedom for non-readers, but a reader is necessary to perform them. Which is as far as I'm aware. No, I don't think a reader is necessary to perform the rite. Other than being necessary to guide them to the ritual locations. Yeah, because none of the other groups particularly had any reader to speak of. They were all on their own. So how the heck are they figuring out where the ritual places are? Because you have to do so many in order to gain freedom. Reading the stars? Isn't that something only the readers can do? I don't know. Maybe it's something we figure out later. But I say, I understand. You understand the words of warning, yet, just the same, you choose to carry on. There's more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. Also, because Volfred can read, does that mean Volfred is also ineligible from returning for this reform? Volfred may be hiding something from us. If Volfred intended to go back and he's also with the capability to read. Or maybe just because he can perform the rites firsthand and weirdly we're not able to perform the rites firsthand? I don't know. There's a lot of clarification, maybe, that we'll get in time. I admire that, my girl. Then, very well. Know that we have much at stake here. In this, anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into the Commonwealth, which cast us down to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around, and we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. Oh, my thoughts are a jumbled mess. I have many questions. As far as I'm aware, I think we're only missing like one character so far that we could potentially get later. Sandra's status staring into space. We have a scriptron. I can sense you out there somewhere. What is it that you want? Welcome back, Cayman. I'll become clear by the end. I'm sure it will. Welcome back. Mostly just a lot of expounding upon the meaning of reader and freedom in the context of this game. I didn't meet Volfred today. I met Volfred the last stream, and I did the first rite after meeting up with Volfred. And now we're into what feels like the end of the first act of the game because it's our 8th trial. Or our 8th rite. You've invoked Sandra from the Beyonder Crystal. What do you wish to do? Press the prescribed. You need but ask, my reader. And you need but indicate who is to be my student. Tizo! Tizo! Sandra has taken an interest in Tizo. Prevail and earn a unique talisman. Yes! You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Tizo. I do think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really isn't saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. Tizo soon appears in heat of the summons. Kriki! Tizo seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. I love Tizo. Tizo's so very good. Also, Tizo can explode. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answer to me. Kreha! Tizo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me, then, what you have learned thus far about the rites. Here in this trial, it shall be just you, my Beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see how you fare. I'll have to answer that after this. Hep, 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 hep. Oh, good whiff. Hep. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh! I didn't mean to fling, I meant to fly, but that's fine. Got nothing on me, bruh. You had something on me. Spawn, spawn, spawn. Shit. Might have to play some defense here. Where do you think you're going, huh? No! Fuck. Fuck, they're so fast. No, what? Oh. Fucking shit. Come on, get it. Get it, coward. Hup. Oh, dang it, you jerk. Haha. Stop it. Haha. Later. Get it. Get it, coward. Come on, you're tempted by that, aren't you? Haha! Haha! You think you can defeat Tizo so easily? No! Crap, crap. Respawn, respawn, respawn! What? Why did that go through the wall? Why did that go through the wall? What? Why did that piece go through the wall? Excuse me? Excuse me. Why did that piece of the projectile go through the wall? I'm upset with that. Going to ask my favorite character was... Tizo's just very good. Hedwyn's I like Hedwyn a lot just because of just the cool-headed nature. but also character sense and a gameplay sense. Gilbert's very good. I don't know. I think my head's probably leaning towards Jordaria. She isn't probably my favorite character, but gameplay and character combined, I think she's probably better. Yeah, but I don't think I have a fast respawn on my explosion. He's was frustrated after I failed Sandra's challenge. Come now, Im. This test is not meant to be easy, even for the likes of you. I will tell you not to waste more of my time, but then my time is there for you to waste. So try again now, or whenever you choose. You do. He responds extra quick when attacking. Okay, well, now I know that. But bye, Dai. Take care. Thanks again so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Do you wish to attempt to try again? Yes! We go. Again. Excellent. Another opportunity to prey upon that image. I'm glad though these weren't one-time attempt trials. Also, these scrubs are very fast. Oh, what? How did I... How did I not wipe you out? Ah. Need to remember that my aura is just bigger than theirs, so I can just flutter on or just dash on into them. Why is that wall so like semi-impermeable? It's so rude. I don't know why it's just that one. Oh, come on. Well, that's already failed. Jerks. What? What? Oh, come on. You think you can just... Come on! What? God. What? Why can't they grab it through the wall? These walls are so weird. These walls are so weird. Can do better. I'm just so confused about the occasional times where the wall is just like, whatever. I'm only gonna half block the shot. No, I'm trying to dash into them to try and finish them off, but as soon as like I do that, they just let go and fire the shot. Oh my god. There's some input reading going on in this AI script. Gosh dang it, I can just flutter. Defense. Later. I need to get used to the fact that I can just literally jump. Hi. Stop. Ah! No, I hit the jump button. Damn it. Stop. What? Gosh dang it. No, I didn't want it. Oh. Come on. I'm honestly messing up the controls more than anything. And trying to get a feel for how the enemies are doing what they're doing. Because what they're doing is input reading. I can at the very least tell you that if you try to dash at them to break them while they're charging the shot, that as soon as your dash begins, they instantly fire. It's like no ifs, and or buts. There's no leeway in that aspect. No, I want it. No, well, that's dead. What? They're so fast. They're so fast. Get out of here. Need to remember that I can just like kind of flutter at will. Stop. Stop. Oh, well, that's a little bit of an AI loop. Whoops. I didn't mean it, I swear. Oh. No, I wanted to fly. Get dunked on. Get out of here. No. Tizo. Hack him up. Ultimate defense. Get out of here. No. How did you jump that far? No. Damn it. Oh, they're so fast. They can jump so far. No. I had dash instead of jump. I'm still just not used to the controls because it's been a while. No. Ugh. Gosh dang it. This is actually really tricky. No. God. Go for the jump. I dare you. Out of here. Ha! Get in there! Oh. Tizo. First try. Tizo's excited to have completed Sandra's challenge and awaits her approval. It's a very punishing challenge. It's just like, yeah, if you drop or if Tizo gets taken out, it's just like, well, they can score. They're so fast. They can jump so far. A worthwhile effort. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Your predecessor may well have approved. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Reader, though you shall always bear a burden, it is much lighter than the burden of a lonesome exile. Book of Rights. These are the person you named. My favorite characters in the name. Faye is what I named her. Tizo is happy to be back and wonders what it is that Sandra granted you. Take a closer look at the new artifact in your possession. Hobe's Wing. Tizo's flutter and zip abilities cost less stamina than usual. Ooh, that's actually very powerful. That's very powerful. That makes Tizo very useful. 35% less stamina? Zay was your name for her? Well, Vegenta was here, and Vegenta really wanted us to call her gay. I'm just like, but Faye fits so perfectly, though. Even the sisters were taken aback, faced with such a sheer ferocity from one with such a small stature. Accept. And we might as well get that onto Tizo, because I actually want to do that, and then Kerfang. Or casting Regis Bear. No. Just toss that over into Pamitha. Bam. Yeah, probably my two favorite characters overall are Hedwyn and Rosario. Pamitha was your least favorite. That's fair. She's kind of just in it for herself. Okay. We discuss. Bulford wishes to continue speaking with the group. Earlier, Bulford called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free. I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together, yes, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Alodale, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured, it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if she did not merely skim that chapter of the book. I'm not sure if we have the chapter yet. Scribe's Gate is said that the scribes themselves keep watch over the Scribe's Gate. The judgment of the scribes determines who can cross and who is sent the fast way down. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Solium and meet our adversaries in the rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon, Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. Fall of Solium, one of the downside celestial landmarks, the temple at the highest point in the downside exists to honor the scribes. Tempers, a mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Night Winds. So Ignarius, he's the notorious demon leader of one of the most feared triumvirates in the right. And said, but like I chose a good time to tune in, even though I didn't actually choose when I got out of work. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks, and once one of the triumvirates prevails, there is somebody who will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, ours somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this? Same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible. Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets as well. So then that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays. How we needed to reach maximum level with people. For most of the participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation. And indeed for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it should just be a step along the path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Wolford leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent of Mount Allody. Still are gonna keep bumping up everything. As of right now, I still don't need money that much, and I don't feel like mentoring any single person. So as of right now, I still just want to keep getting all the passive bonuses. And this doesn't change. Let's get presence. Boost that aura. Reader's influence. Tenacity. Each rank raises your fellow exiles' presence, increasing their size of their auras. All Nightwings gain +1 presence. Finish studying. Anything new? Nope. We go. Mount Allody. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Wolford states that your ascent of Mount Allody shall begin. Ooh. This is very mystical. In fact, there's stars that are literally 5-pointed stars falling here. Here before you lies Mount Allodial, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. All right, Queen, take care. Have yourself a good night. Thanks for stopping by and for this heckin' 12-month sub. I appreciate it. Really like Sir Gilman's attitude. Yeah. Very chivalrous knight-esque. Your companions gather around again before Wolfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense attention. Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. There's only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions? Why us? Why you indeed, madam. That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the rites. What is it they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Huh. So the leaders of the Commonwealth are those who get, or are at the very least, the leaders incorporate into their structure? Those who perform this rite enough to make their way back into the Commonwealth? Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rites. But why then outlaw reading? It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? Debatable. But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Hedwin over there. He was tasked with seeking two trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts. Gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rites, as you have seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions? Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. This is important. Your fellow exile's freedom seems to hinge on Volfred's plan. You ought to consider its every word. Soon you have another right to conduct. Best to focus on matters. And we're listening to all this. I need to know everything. Volfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jordario raises her voice again. Hold, you mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know why us? Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? On a blooded moon at the fall of Solheim, an exile from the prevailing triumvirate shall go free. The anointed champion then shall plunge into the shimmer pool and return in glory. The Book of Rites. Ah, I see. Well, but that is simple, really, madame. You are chosen. You are qualified, I should say. Because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case, the expression is quite literally true. When the Eight created the rites, each of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. A vindictive triumvirate that conducted many liberation rites in the past, but seldom prevailed, led by the nomad Lendl the Lie. The Eight scribes also formed a special group, against which all the others would be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries. Is that why we need a reader? Because we're the outstanding one. We're the exceptional tribe that has to be defeated in order to pass on. Or in order to be granted access back to the Commonwealth. Victory means nothing in a common right then. Participation is all that matters. Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanding years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. It's still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. That would definitely explain why the Nightwings are very hated. So the Nightwings are needed in order for these rites to function, and in order for people to gain access back to the Commonwealth. And the Nightwings disbanded. So everyone who is exiled has remained exiled since then. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Some murmur to themselves about this as Volfred takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up to the mountains and present you with some options. There's so much to take in. Emperor's Ascent. A gap through the nameless lower summits beneath Mount Alodia. Faye believes the 8 scribes will bless whoever goes through here. That seems temporary buff. Emperor's Fall, a pathway on the outskirts of Mount Elodiel's nameless lower summits. Pamitha expects some long-lost valuables to be stashed here. I'm not one for the temporary buffs, if that's all the blessings are. Which is all that it feels like it is. I'm more interested in the permanent and long-lasting things. Although Pamitha is kind of in it like only for herself. But I want the long-lasting thing. Sorry, Faye. You joined Pamitha on her brief expedition to find anything of value, dropped by those who tried to scale the mountain, but did not succeed. Wait. I shall be joining you. What now? I get 2 chaperones? But sure, I'm game. Whatever you winglets are into. Be silent, little bird, and fetch those trinkets and be done. My, so foul of bitterness. You really ought to make the most of these last precious moments that we share. And you ought not to mince your words. Oh, please. We all know you're going to be the first one out of here, so why not quit your constant frowning for a change? I? The first one out of here? Of course. It's plain the others pity you. You've been here longer than the rest of us, by far. Besides, maybe that Wolfred, though he seems plenty happy here, making his speech. How dare you? How dare you to presume? Nothing is decided as of yet. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Though if by some coincidence you do end up selected for the honor, I just want you to know something. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do hope we shall prevail on your behalf. Because, that way, you shall be free. Of me, at least. And I, in turn, shan't have to suffer any longer your hideous attitude toward me and everything. At that you intervene. Jordario's eyes burn with fury. But then she calms herself. I shall see you at the wagon, reader. Pamitha scoffs as Jordario storms off. I swear that one. Well, moving on. There's something sparkling down there. Be right back. You don't have to be so antagonistic, Pamitha. You know she hates you already. She swoops out of sight, leaving you alone there on the mountain. Pamitha soon returns with something that lay long forgotten in the rocks below. The fairy spirit, since its power, after Bearer banishes an adversary, spawn a moondrop with briefly grants infinite stamina. Spawns up to 1 every each 10 seconds. That's very good. As fairies presumably do not exist, it's likely they came to no harm in its creation. I should probably give that to, like, Gilbert. Let's see. Temple Cistern. Second of 2 paths leading to the mountain summit, Sir Gilman wishes to look upon the sacred waters here. Temple High Road, first of 2 paths leading to the mountain summit. Hedwin expresses a passing whim to see the view from here. See the view? Or look upon the sacred waters? These are both very good. We can take a look at some water. No. We literally just passed through a bunch of water. Sacred water seems pretty nice. But also that view. We're gonna do the view. You and Hedwin walk in silence for some time as he conducts a customary survey of the area. Well, my friend, no sign of howlers, as Jody would say. No sign of anything at all. You sense something is troubling. Oh, that's just... I've just been giving lots of thoughts to everything that Wolfred's told us. In another couple of days, one of us may be gone all of a sudden. Or, I don't mean to put it that way. One of us could go free. We earn our way back one by one, as he said. I want you to know something. The others and I, we talked it over, and When the time comes, we want you to decide. Decide who gets to go, if anyone. This might all be a part of Volford's plan, but we got here thanks to you. Even though I'm worrying right now about us splitting up. I guess if Volford has his way, all of us will meet up on the other side. Won't that be a day? Worst case, we keep failing in the rites and be stuck down here, together, just like this. The two of you walk on in silence for a time. When at last you return to the wagon, Hedwyn turns to you again. Thanks for your company. I think I'm better now. Hedwyn feels more prepared for the next rite. Hope likewise for the best. I probably could have gotten stuff on Gilbert then. Some XP on Gilbert. You and your companions gather at Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway carved of stone. Hold on. Oh, that's going to take a little while to load. Come along now, everyone. Be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much how we act as with a single heart and mind during the rites. I'm not sure it would have even been possible for any of us to be enlightened by now, unless we explicitly during our vocations focused on a single individual's enlightenment. Well then, lead onward, Tariq. Please, follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. It's a pup date. It just takes a little while. I don't know. Sending pictures over text takes a while. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq? Oh, that may have been. It is I. It is. Greetings, Celeste. Celeste is a very good name. Celeste, the Gate's Guardian. Gate's Guardian! She watches over Scribe's Gate. It seems to be connected to the lone minstrel and the rites. Oh, it's a very good pup date. Oh, it's so good. Look at this pup date. Oh, look at that pup date. Oh, it's so good. Very good floof. Much floof. Much smile. Very good pup. Very good floof. And how was your rest? Too long, Celeste. Seems your work is piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate. Aye. Then, let us make this quick. She gestures toward the rest of you. Now each of you, in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Very fluff. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They called me Hedwyn the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions, in my case, so I can return to be with the one whom I'm loved. Sister doesn't want to cut his hair even though he needs one. But floof is important for the floof. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. I'm regarded by the name Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here. I guess with my chums, preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodario. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Faye. And I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. Must be them, because if not, then who? Jesus seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy. Maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir, Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at a certain point. Pamitha Thane. I'm only here because my sister's here. Then as Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. Her exact words to me were, I don't want them to make him look like a poop. That's also fair. You. I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You're not clad in the raiments any longer. I wouldn't know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you. I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see. Then state why you are here, as have the others. My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we might all stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there's no one left to go. State who you are to traverse the Scribes' Gate. You're just a crippled scholar. When they learned you knew the old ways, they came for you, and you could not run far off. You are just an old farmhand. Your youth is gone, but your thirst for knowledge earned you a trip to the downside. Nonetheless, you are just a war orphan. Years of strife between the Commonwealth and the High Wing remnants afflicted you since birth. You don't know who you are. Try as you might, you cannot make out the details of what life was like in the Commonwealth. That's the most fitting. I mean, old farmhand is probably the most like applicable to me, just being like having a thirst for knowledge that earned you a trip down here, but it seems the most fitting with just how we've gotten information that we don't really know why we're here. We're just completely cut off for a second? Was that anyone? Was that everyone, or might be your headphones? Maybe. Maybe. I'm gonna say we don't know who we are. 'Cause in all honesty, we kind of don't. Also, hi. Okay, so it might just be your headphones, Kimmy. We do not know who we are. You cannot for the life of you recall a time before arriving in the downside. Details of the Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget the place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. State also what you truly seek to traverse the Scribes. True freedom. You wish to return to the Commonwealth and to live out your days there, doing as you please. Yay. Wish to do whatever it takes to see your fellow exiles regain their freedom. That one's very tempting. You want revenge. The Commonwealth, which casts you down into the downside, cannot be forgiven. No. You want to see what happens. All you expect is that the outcome of this whole ordeal is going to be interesting. What, are we Ryuk? Are we a Shinigami? Just doing this because we think it'll be interesting to do? Mine would be help your friends on top of reforming the Commonwealth that seems to be doing things that I would not agree. The companions you have met here, who you have helped you to survive and to find kinship in the downside. Your priority is to ensure that they achieve their goals. That is all you wish for now. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tari? Aye, Celeste. Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back on. He does not look back at her. From the top of Mount Alodio, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousand leagues you cross to reach this point, as the sky grows dim. Goes almost there. Also, K-Mac, it's starting to get late. You butt. You may want to consider having a sleep where you can trade your wares. We trade. Psst, hey guys, just so you're all aware, I know how come you're here. You made it all the way up here. Oh, I know, all right. You're here because I got the lowest prices and all the downside. Am I right? And some of the new stuff I got in stock. You're gonna get a lot of value here, there, an awful lot. I will absolutely worry about it. Okay, man. Unlearn any masteries and choose again. Okay, so that's our redo. Talisman rank. Ooh, +3, +1, +2. We don't have much in the way of money. Charge of speed for flinging +40%. How did he get it? We actually don't know that. Also, sorry I bumped the mic there for a sec. Also, I just need to do this real quick. The point, since I do plan on streaming tomorrow. Yes, if you gotta wake up early for work and you're gonna do a stream tomorrow, yes, absolutely get some rest, gaming. Carrying the orb of the bear was faster. +2 quickness. Once right, the bear's pyre is extinguished. Is instead restored, which is very good. Plunging into the adversary's pyre, the bear takes bonus damage. It's probably just got to be this that I want instead. Though the Mooncrest is good. I can probably just sell the Star Splinter and the Thorn Knot. I just don't think I'm going to use them. You don't want them. I know. I enjoy having you hang out too, K-Mac, but you need sleep. Yeah, we can sell these. Or casting raises the bear's maximum range. Missing out on so many credits and watching it. Heck you butt. But have a sleep. You need your proper. Oh, Luke, it's gonna take you so long to grow that hair back. But having a snooze. Yeah, let's do that. Just get all upgrades. Okay. What would increasing this do? Can't upgrade it, okay. That increases chance of being instantly respawned. Money I can get, but that's a maximum, not a gain. Faster speed. Ooh, that can actually be really good. Quickness. Get another 1 stat in quickness, but that's not the most important. Oh, Tizo. %. 50% stamina reduction. Tizo can just double the amount of hops and fluttering he can do. Oh, that's very powerful. Yes, it will. Okay. Well, I mean, it'll take forever now, especially because I'm not able to stream as long as I normally would. Once per right, if the bear's pyre is extinguished, it's instead restored. That one I don't particularly care to increase. The cur we could increase, but I think 5's as big as we want it. So let's bump up Tizo's to that. And get another. I can do 1 quickness. Let's do 1 quickness and get this up. Getting that up to speed. Should lower the credit rule. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling once I finish the shiny hunts first. We'll see. to go back to 50k. But Arak would already have that. And our last shiny hunt, we finally got the Dreepy for Arak. Also, hi, Gamer. Thanks for stopping by. Also, tabs have a sleep game. Okay, I think that's good for now, and I'll keep that because that tells me it'll still be worthwhile. Starting to get a pretty decent inventory. So I'll be seeing you guys. Mark it up to 200,000 since you're working. No. That would make it like literally cost like half a year. That would literally make me cost like half a year of streaming in order to hit 200k. This is now that I'm not working and you can't accumulate channel points as fast. Hi, Jadario. She seems to have something on her mind. Jadario appears to be prepared for whatever it is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Edwin soon joins her, also looking ready. Any sign of Ruki? None, as yet. Complained about a chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar. I am certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said, or needs to be said. Soon, if Wolfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. None of them are enlightened yet. Hey, what'd I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. Hopefully your struggles with your mask, Greentail. Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against the wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed. There, good measure. So, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon. By dawn, in fact, all goes well. If all goes well, it's one way to look at it, I guess. You're ready for bed, stream on TV. Good night, K-Man. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest. Love you. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just might be breaking up the band here, people. One of us gets out. That's been bugging me for a while now. I thought we all were getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us, we might not be getting out of here at all. Edwin slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us, the four of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do. But we've been here from the start. I want you to know, my promise is to you. And I believe you'd do the same for me. So it's like this. If any one of us gets out, great, but it's just a start. I'm going to do whatever it takes there on the other side to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What? Think you're going to build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. Just know we have to try. Jadalo turns to you. Peter, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you, and to reassure herself. Ruki nods his head, in turn, and Edwin's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn towards the door. The fall of Solium awaits. A vital step in your quest for freedom, yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. Your three companions each gained +1 hold for the liberation right. Steal yourself in turn. Just 1 second. No. Also, I needed to talk to Sandra. What is our new chapter? The Mercy Show. In the words of Golgothian, the Master General, the Imp Haub and I, we helped to save my Emperor, and when the danger did subside, my Emperor Solium Mur, he said something to me, which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, You gave your freedom, Master Galathian, Galathanian, so that I may have yet mine. You too are in exile of the downside. In all the days which I have left, I never could repay the mercy you have shown me. So if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do it in the next. Cross the land together, and together with the imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. Also, what's up, Sandra? I sense my loyal reader has returned. Then how may I assist you? What's up? Let me ask you something, lovely reader. Have you any idea for how long I have been imprisoned here? Sandra's asking you to guess the duration of her exile. Sandra appears rather youthful. Surely her incarceration could not have been that long. Well, she literally said that she's already bored with everyone here. Perhaps Sandra has been trapped within the Beyonder Crystal for a long time already. 100 years. Sandra could have been in prison for much longer than her appearance suggests, likely. Maybe guessing at an absurd number may do something to raise Sandra's spirits a bit. Let's say 100 because I think it's correct. I think the whole Commonwealth thing was only hundreds of years ago, not thousands. Guess that Sandra could have been in her current state of exile for the span of an entire century. She smirks at this. A reasonable guess, but you are off by a wide margin. It's been 1,000. I've been in prison thus for 837 years. Damn! According to my count, at least. It is possible I have lost track, although, given my state, I can assure you that I have ample time to verify my arithmetic. She goes silent for a time. Let me give you some advice. If you decide to kill the Emperor, make sure you achieve what you set out to do. I expected my own death, regardless of the outcome of my task. I was not expecting this. Certainly not to be telling you about it 837 years later, or however long it has been. Although, enough of that for now. Let's get back to business. Dang. So, if she's not one of the 8 scribes, she's an apparition from the age of Emperor Solian Mer, who pursued him in his exile. So she could be one of the 8 scribes, or at the very least, she was one of the people hunting the Emperor. And may have been slightly banished, or slightly kept in this crystal as punishment for betraying. I don't know. We'll see. Until our next appointment. Is this the river frost? So cold it can burn the skin but keeps the wagon cool and food fresher longer. Keepsake from Scolarian shore. Nice. Okay. We got a right to do. Here at the summit of Mount Alodiel, one among you may finally go free, if you prevail. Begin the trial. Is everyone prepared, Hedwig? Yes, though several of us have another question that's been troubling us. You need but ask. You said that one of us is going to return to the Commonwealth if we defeat the Tempers in the right this night. What happens if we fail? Hedwin, my boy, don't you see? The path to freedom and the path to enlightenment are one and the same. Do you intend to stray from the path? No. Then you have nothing to fear. But let me be much more upfront with you. Should you be defeated by the Tempers this night, and one of them shall end up going free instead of one of you. It is as simple as that. What then is to be done? The very same if we achieve victory. We await our next such opportunity and make the most of it. Tonight, our plan is set in motion. We are united in our cause. We shall look as ever toward the stars for guidance and seize upon our future chances, just as they arise. I didn't hit the thing. I'm mad about that. So look up, my boy. Set aside your doubts. It's time to take great strides along the path. The rite begins. Your story shall continue regardless of the outcome of this or any rite. You need but to see it through.
Yeah, since last the Nightwings gained the summit of the sacred mountain and stood upon the fall of Solium. You are to be commended for your guidance, reader, but only if you can prevail in this liberation rite. Here you stand to gain much more than some enlightenment. Your adversaries are none other than the Tempers. I trust they need no introduction. Soon, one among you shall regain their freedom.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirate is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Tempers, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have until your adversaries, the Nightwings. A massive demon swaggers into view. He reaches for his mask.
You know who I am already. But look at what we got here. The damned Nightwings decided to show up. Almost figured we were never gonna see the day again.
Hi, Ignarius. He takes notice of someone in your ranks.
Hey, you.
He indicates Jadario. She scoffs back at him.
Lose the mask. Ain't seen one of our own in ages. Not in these damn robes.
Jadaria's hesitation is almost imperceptible before she moves to remove her mask, just as her adversary asks. Satisfied?
Whoa, you must be new.
Jadaria soon puts her mask back on. Enough talk.
I like you, curly horns. Tell you what, once we put out your lights, you come along with these guys. We're gonna have a spot up. Only shame is, I ain't gonna be around to show you a good time.
Heck, I should rather cut out my own tongue. I am not ready.
Oh, you don't mean that. Our kind, we ought to stick together. Now, come on.
Nars throws his mask back on as his allies snarl at the rest of you. That's an odd combo. Have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct this rite? Lone Mitchell gets your attention in his subtle way. Reader, this is it. The first companion whom you choose shall be anointed to go free this very night, if you prevail. The other two, in the triumvirate, shall lend their aid. As you may know, only the most enlightened in the rites is eligible to go free. Not all among you may be ready yet. Now, Nightwings, I would have your decision. So whoever we pick,
deserves their freedom.
we can anoint them anyway. Okay, so once they reach level 3, they are worthy. Headwind's too much of a team player. I want to keep Headwind because his passives are the path I'm going down, and his passives are going to help for the future. Jadario is kind of just here. It's probably best that she stays with us. Ruki, though, wants to go back and visit the mama. Will likely start scheming and conniving. Tizo, I just got their special item and I don't really want to give it away. I think I'm gonna let Ruki lead the charge here. Also, you can... Oh, you can actually see the adversaries. Oh, they actually have their own thing. Oh, good. Briefly stuns nearby adversaries, making them drop the orb. Oh my goodness. So you can actually like really plan this stuff out. That's actually really interesting. I think I'm gonna let Ruki go first. He's not my strongest, and I think story party wise, I think I would also agree to send Ruby first. Because he can start doing stuff early for us for the planned coup d'etat of sorts. Excellent choice, sister. Now let's get me out of here. Every single adversary has their own backstory, stats, and so on. You can see all of it in the game as the game goes on. Dang. Then the Gate Guardian looks upon you and your adversaries. Very well. Then under the watch of the 8 scribes, here at the stakes of this Eve's liberation rite, should the Nightwings prevail, the one called the Rookie Greentail shall be liberated. Should the Tempers prevail, the exile Ignarius shall go free instead. She then turns to you. Now, who among the Nightwings shall complete your triumvirate, strive alongside Rookie Greentail, and see you to his glory, return in glory?
Who shall stand with him?
About halfway done with the game, and only 1 enlightenment. How? Teasel would be excellent backup, especially with this now. I'm probably gonna do Tizo and Headwind. Stradario doesn't have any built-up enlightenment, but these two do. As much as Pamitha really needs it. I want to test out Tizo's. Maybe we should do Tizo and Pamitha. Just kind of have a very offensive, quick, and tricksy team. So yeah, as of right now, Pamitha's our only one that's not even at level 2. So yeah, let's do that.
Tizo.
Harakiri. Tizo is more than willing to throw all his support behind Ruki at this time. Although we do have increased attributes on Headwind, Jadario. So maybe we do Headwind? No. We're going to have to really take down their Pyre. So, yeah. She shall help Ruki earn his freedom here. You got it, reader darling.
The choice is cast.
Very well. The 8 scribes accept your choices, reader of the Nightwings. She then indicates to the lone minstrel. Now, are you prepared? Do yourself prepared, Tari. Aye, Celeste. Then let us all begin.
Nightwings, been waiting an awful long time to get out of this hole. Try and stop me.
Commence.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh my goodness, this song though. Get in there, Ruki. Later. Later, nerds. Flying is power. Heck, whomst would dare? Oh, in the corner. Hi, Era. Hello. No, the dash. Tizo, now's your time. Tizo playing defense. Oh my god, Tizo's with this power is so powerful. Arak, thank you for that sub.
You good for nothing Nightwings. Skip out on us for years and years, then show up all of a sudden like you're gonna let somebody out for once. Now we gotta work for it, I guess. Damn it, I used to be the best. This at least, but now, pressure's getting to me. Can't believe it's getting to me. Moira, I doubt you'd even recognize me anyway.
Come on, Nightwings. Let's see you keep this up. We're starting to be able to read their minds, just like Wolfred can do to us. Later. Oh no. Get hacked. Oh no. No, god dang it. Oh. So fast. So fast. Leonard's. Oh. Hi. Later. Oh. No, Tizo.
Deftly thwarted the drive.
You cannot catch me. Yeet to win.
And there it is at last. The Nightwings proved their worth. As for their adversaries, they did not. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
God, what a joke. We should have had this.
There. Thank you for the sub. In the 9 months. Appreciate it. Oh. Shit, that's a baby. What do I do with this? I'm not ready. I don't know. Take the baby on a shiny hunt. Also, maybe give the baby a name. Dunk it. Dunk the baby.
Should have had this. Got all rusty. Been waiting so damn long. Damn it. Damn it. Nightwings. Be seeing you around, I guess. And next time, you ain't gonna be so lucky.
So, what now? I guess I'm just supposed to jump into this waterfall thing back here and then sit? Home free? Home free? Something comes over him then. Now listen to me, chumps. Don't any of you go thinking you're gonna miss me, yeah? Gonna do just fine. Even with old Rookie Greentail there to keep an eye out on you all the time. Even though the rest of you are just a bunch of slowpokes and all that. He's an opportunist and well-connected cur is still clinging to his once comfortable lifestyle. He's regained his freedom in a liberation arc. Me? I'm gonna be so busy drinking myself silly on Commonwealth stock. I'm sure I'm soon gonna forget each and every one of you. Wow, Rookie. Wow. But just in case I don't, you be sure to stop by and visit me when you get back there too. Just look for Mama Greentail's shop, right in the heart of town. Can't miss it. Rookie's well-to-do Kerr family tied to the Commonwealth's thriving mercantile industry. So yeah, stop by, say hi, you know. Now I think I gotta go, so excuse me. He drops into the shimmer pool and disappears within, although you still can hear him going on about something. A seldom seen celestial phenomenon linking the downside back to the Commonwealth. Thus, beneath a blooded moon, the Sclorian waters rise for but a moment, only to fall again. Downside legend. Whoa, let me tell you, this is weird in here. It's starting. Oh, wait. Rookie earned back his freedom. Rookie is set to return to the Commonwealth and leave the downside forever. May he return in glory.
Godspeed, Rookie Greentail. merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
Kept Rookie for quite a long time. I don't know. Something about it just felt right to me to get Rookie to go. Jody was the first to go for you. That probably would have been my second choice, if I'm gonna be honest. Hedwyn was just too much of a leader to be the first one out. And Tizo's Tizo. Tizo would probably do best with others. So yeah, it was basically between or Jody. I don't know. And in the end, it felt like Rookie could get more stuff done, and Jodario was quite useful. Rookie kind of had a lot of his incredible feats surmised by many of the other characters now. So we have plenty of fast characters that we can score with. Well, Tamitha, soon I'll be catching up with you. Whether you like it or not. Mastery path for Pamitha. Wings of the Matriarch. Rites masteries enhancing a harp's swiftness and mobility. When Triesta Tithys led her people to the mountains, they began to train themselves in new ways to survive. While flying, Pamitha moves faster than usual. Oh, that's very powerful already. There were none who could outpace the matriarch Triesta Tithys as she soared across the skies. Sleight of wing. After saluting her adversaries, Pamitha instantly switches places with her nearest ally. Interesting. And how choices affect events in the game, but I am curious to see how things will unfold in your playthrough. We'll see. We'll find out. Pamitha can use her dash ability in rapid succession for less stamina. Interesting. And owned? I'd hate how the An is appropriate for before an H when it's a hard H. An honed. It's just like, it's a honed. It just flows much better. Swiftness as a wing was necessary to survive upon the mountains where Triesta made her home. Greater celerity, Pamitha permanently gains +8 quickness, making her move much faster. Whoa. Then I shall find this fallen emperor, for if I should recover him, then we may yet have peace. I think something that happened with Rookie for me won't happen with you because he's not there anymore. Yep, probably. We got the ways of the High Wing, rights masteries enhancing a harp's aggressive capabilities. The High Wing were nearly destroyed after St. Trieste left them. Those who remained grew strong. Winged Fury for 5 seconds after banishing an adversary. Pamitha moves 30% faster. Direct move Pamitha gains mastery. Often did the matriarch assuage her sister's rising anger and compel them not to war upon the wingless. While swoop while casting her aura, Pamitha can trigger an aura burst that banishes nearby enemies. Triesta Tithys helped to purge the downside of a number of the great titans, which ravaged across the land. Its pursuit of Pamitha is banished while Winged Fury's effect is still active, which is that one. She returns twice as quickly as usual. Many of her sisters pursued Triesta to the downside, but eventually they all concluded that the saint was gone. Natural Superior Pamitha permanently gains +4 to quickness, presence, and hope, making her better all around. Our wings indicate our station in this world. Yet we owe the world our very being, Saint Triesta Tithys. I'm gonna go with flying and movement. Because she's already incredibly strong at that, so making her even better at it makes her just like busted.
Until the rites begin anew.
Let your exiles or your adversaries return to freedom. Look to the stars for the next such opportunity. We'll have them yet again. After your victory over the Tempers and the Liberation Rite, you return to your wagon. Decide to how to proceed from here. I miss him already. It is quieter now, but I will see Rookie again if we persevere. Our journey's now begun in earnest. We'll just need to make a few last preparations while we're here. What about the stars? Can we afford the time? About that, reader, go see for yourself. The night sky over Mount Elodiel is much darker than you would have expected. Good jams. Your thoughts are with the rookie as you look toward the heavens. You gaze into the darkness of the night, seek now your destination. You search and search the sky, but in vain. No stars are shining now. The stars revealed nothing, did they not? You confirm his suspicions. It says the book foretells. This is the chance we need to make ready for what lies ahead. There's a haven south of here we'll travel to at dawn. And when the stars decide to shine for us again, we'll be ready. Mark my words. Gilman seems to have something on his mind. After the liberation rite, you find Sir Gilman in an uncharacteristically quiet and contemplative mood. He salutes you crisply with his tail. 1/3 of the way through the game based on a playthrough. It feels like I just hit the end of the first act, so on a 3-act structure, that would make the most sense. Glory to you, Master Reader, and glory to the noble Rookie Greentail. Long may he prosper in the Commonwealth, and in so doing, may he benefit the plan into which we have all been thrust. Wolfred's ambitious plot to spark a revolution in the Commonwealth as peacefully as possible. The plan's current probability of success, 25%. Pretty strong. We shall stand together, shoulder to shoulder, as the scribes themselves once stood, Wolfred's head. Then he falls silent for a time. You sense him growing very emotional. In noble Rookie, this knight found a kindred spirit, Master Reader. One of questionable honor, the greatest cunning, such blinding speed as to befit a minstrel's tale. This knight fears are triumphant, lost something irreplaceable in him. Of course, this knight is also pleased that Rookie has achieved his freedom. Very much so. Furthermore, this knight shall now continue training even farther, harder than before. Rookie Greentail, this knight shall train on until such time he is swifter than the jagged lightnings of the deathless tempest. Now, Master Reader, this knight must beg his leave of you. For it is time, not for his rest, but for his training. Know that he is very grateful for your wisdom and your guidance in these rites. Between yourself and Master Rookie, you have instilled within this knight an unshakable resolve. He bows low and bids you a good evening. Love you, Gil. Tender status developing in the trial. What brings you to me this time, my dear lady? Nah, nothing. I shall be here if you need. What happened to... That's while carrying the orb, the bear moves faster than usual. Banishing an adversary, spawn a moondrop. Stamina. Maybe that's just not best on him. It's right if the bear's power is extinguished, it is instead restored by +5. It's very good. Looking this up is very good. Orb movement is nice. Yeah, just do that for Headwind. Because Pameth is already going to be dunking non-stop. Gilman's fine. I keep saying Gilbert. Gilman is basically our defensive champ with their weird spawn back capability with their attacks. In Fae, you can also just go dunking on peeps. Yeah, we'll see. Continue our journey. Good morning, my girl. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. The Moonlight Alcove. Small landing on the dark side of the sacred mountain. Beaufort indicates you can await the next style of rites cycle of rites. Volfred leads all of you into a calm, quiet clearing, tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about, as you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Over makeshift home on the downside. Volfred seems to have something on his mind. You find Volfred, seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you. Greetings, reader. This wagon and I, we've many memories together. I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there is something that you wish to know, you need but ask. Volfred invites you to inquire about his past. That's right, we only get one of these. Volfred reminds you of someone you heard about long ago in the Commonwealth. Hard sentence. Why the Nightwings disbanded would be an excellent one to know. The triumvirate of which you are now a part seems to have a storied history. As how he knows the Lone Minstrel, the two of them seem to be old acquaintances, along they known one another. While he was a part of the Nightwings, so the Lone Minstrel is part of the Enlightenment. So that would honestly be kind of like a given or like commonly conjectured, but like how deeply they know but it's something otherwise. As to be excused, there's no need to take up more of Volfred's valuable time. No, how were the Nightwings disbanded? You expressed interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here and Volfred's past connection to the group. I have been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me in a manner as I understand, quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we had now. I joined an exile called Erisa, and another known as Orlek. The former exile of the Nightwings who conducted the rites alongside Orlek. And Orlek, former exile of the Nightwings, conducted the rites alongside Volfred and Erisa. Once in a while, we let little Tizo stand with us as well. He's rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against. They feared us. Only the Templars presented any threat to us in any given right. But it was a terrible accident. Erisa, we lost her. And Orlek, who's my friend, he fell from Mount Alodia. We lost him as well. On the night when he was to be free. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the rites themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet this was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the black wagon cleared and buried, such that it could not be used again. The Nightwings would rise again, would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say with this, my girl. Oh, I can ask else. How did it turn out the way it did? Why did Orlek fall from the mountain on the day he was to be freed? I still have questions. How do you know how did you earn your sentence? We asked Volfred about his past in the Commonwealth and how it is he came to be in the downside. How rather forward of you, my girl. Most whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated an illegal invention along written materials to be published at an extraordinary rate. In 617 AS, the Commonwealth was under siege from within as anti-theocratic propaganda quickly spread. Was it Erisa that was freed and he pushed her off the mountain and jumped due to guilt? It's a possibility. Thought did come to my mind that Erisa was lost because of something that Orlek did. And he couldn't see his freedom knowing what he did. but it's only one of many possibilities. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the interminable wars against the High Wing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk. Sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while, but not for long enough. Here in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and short of it. Now then, is there anything else? How do you know the Lone Minstrel? You ask Wolford about his history with the Lone Minstrel, whom he seems to know quite well. Tariq was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen him. Although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then. I can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. Almost as if his purpose, perhaps in being guiding the Nightwings, which are the most important of the triumvirate, which the rites do not take place without. He serves the rites in the Nightwings. I've tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it. Though, it is plain that he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizo were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else you wish to talk about for now? Has to be excused. We thank Wolford for his time and bid him a good rest the afternoon. Likewise to you, reader. Be well. Bide your time. Everyone, the amenities are modest here at Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest that you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. A small landing on the dark side of the Sacred Mountain. For many years, Wolford smuggled supplies and furnishings to this well-hidden locale. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready by when you need it next. From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside. Its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land besides it. And so, you and your companions await upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom, one by one. Many moons pass. Then one evening. May I have a moment, reader? The Lone Minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as has been your leaning through your stay at its abode. Begging your pardon, but there's something you may wish to see. Please, follow me. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader, madam. The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more the path towards salvation is revealed, but now something is different. The stars shine once more, signal your destination. Whoa! Oh! Oh! 3 choices. Each prior time you searched the stars, they showed to you a single path. But now, several rites avail themselves to you at once. Henceforth, you may choose from several different rites. Choose your path towards salvation. Space Jam. Listen, sir, here's your chance at the Space Jam. All right. And so the game becomes its full form. Oris, the Azure star burns bright over the hulk of Oris. Landel is already on his way. Try to challenge the accusers here next. These are led by the nomad Landel the Liar. The Relief, Bog Star burns bright over the pit of Leaf. Dalbert is already on his way. Challenge the fate here. Duskar Star burns bright over the spring of Yomur. Sir Deluge is already on his way. I think I'm gonna face the Pyre Hearts. Mostly because I want Sir Gilly to have some more action. Though it is the farthest away, the stars urge that we go to the spring of Yomur. A long way off. Wolfred, sir, how are we to reach the spring of Yomur in due course of time? You know full well, Tariq. Preparations are complete. You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advanced, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites this time, until once more we are to traverse the Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought to present itself much sooner than before. So let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, Rena. Your companions have not traveled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. We go. Next morning, Wolfred calls everyone together before the Black Wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Wolfred beckons you to join him in the wagon. Step inside. We have new things. Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings, shall travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. Hold on, I wanted to check out more things. But I guess we go. Oh. After having soared into the sky, the Black Wagon remains aloft somehow. By the Under King! I can't believe it. Tizo is excited to be flying again. You get the impression this may not be the first time for him. The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There's one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing, though we shall be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make way by land, or sea, toward our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. Black Wagon can fly! Seek landing near the spring of Jumura. Sail now the skies! Oh, we actually fly. Whee! Boost! Oh! Hi. Oh, shit. You can hear the angry hissing come from Udmilik, all the way from your position. You think perhaps the skies belong to ye? Foolish. The skies and everything above them and below belong to the astral orb. He shall be smitten from his skies on his awakening. Now be gone. Sorry! Also, H crisis. Many H. Thank you. Oh my goodness, there's so many H. Hold on, I have an H to do. Oh, stopping by. Crisis. H. 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 Missing legend. H. Crisis. H. Crisis. H. Crisis. H. Phantom Gwen. H. Crisis. H. Phantom Gwen. H. Phantom Gwen. H. Crisis. H. Crisis. H. Aeroc, you cannot fool me with that false H. Crisis. H. Crisis. H. Crisis. H. Crisis. H. Myth and legend. Hembliostro. My goodness. Crisis H. But well.
Best to avert your gaze from the Isle of Kale. Even the scribes themselves thought to avoid that place. Let us fly on.
Crisis, I'm low. And high. And also high. But I'm tempted. I'm so tempted. Oh, goodness. That was many credits worth of reading, indeed. Oh, hello. What are you? As you soar above the waters of Worm Gulf, you notice Sir Gilman sidle up to you very slowly. We are very, very, very high above the waters. If this knight is not mistaken, this knight's brethren lurk beneath the surface there, in numbers untold. Fortunately, if we were to come crashing to the surface now, then this knight, why, he would receive a watery burial in the custom of his kind. Crisis. With another H. Oh, hello. Low amid the desolation of flagging hands, you see big Bertrude's, from which you first embarked by sea. Wonder how its venerable proprietor is faring.
I am certain that Big Bertrude must have left a strong impression on you all.
She's not easy to forget.
I've known her since before my exile. Or hers. She's been here a long time. I've sent my agents to repay her for assistance and to send her our regards. The old wagon must have been in need of some repairs.
We've been through so much already. Oh, hold on. I can actually go to these. Okay, that's interesting. I might have to go. K-Mac, you need to sleep, you butt. Welcome back, but also sleep. You got a lot to do tomorrow. A big work in the morning and a stream. Thank you, Crisis, for redeeming that H. For King. The spring of Jumior has always flown forth from the crushed carapace of Biolanthus, the legend of whose demise is a rather sordid tale. Perhaps you already read it in the book. The Hive Titan vanquished by the scribe Ymir. Boomst. From it flows a rejuvenating spring, which gladdens up that valley's desolation. Not all believe the book exists, of course, nor the great titans, nor the right. It's hard to fall asleep right now. Why? I mean, fair. It's difficult to fall asleep in general, but you can have a sleep. Or maybe just have a yell at the sleep to, you know, force the sleep to come. I've encountered exiles believing that this titan perished quite by accident, rather than a cunning trap laid by Ymir many made. They took the titan for a common beast. Gonna blame daylight savings. That's actually fair. Daylight savings is a terrible invention that really hurts. Really hurts basically anyone who has to deal with it. It's only 1 hour, but that 1 hour means a lot. Especially like when I woke up this morning and it was still dark out. I'm just like, fuck. It was starting to get bright out when I was fine, and then now it's like, damn it. Now it's dark in the morning, and it's light. It's light too late now. If it isn't too cold or raining, you can take a brief walk. That helps me like reset and sometimes help me sleep. You do? Or do you do like on those jaws? 6 of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Brave, were the Alpha Chief and Alpha Chief that united the Curs under a single banner and charted half the known world. Perhaps the stars shine down upon the out of the way locales such as this one to ensure that they alone shall witness the proceedings. I need to double check if there was anything else that we could have landed on. I don't think there was anything else we could have landed on. Maybe just because it was close enough on our way that we could have landed there. That seems to be the case. Yeah, it seems to be the case. Okay. New. Crisis with a powerful sip. A Sanic sip, even. North. Oh, I can actually do that. Okay. At the same time, it has had no effect on me because I made probably the poor decision of rebuying Skyrim on the Switch so I could play it again last week, and I've been up until about 6 a.m. most nights lately. One benefit to not doing a whole lot and having no job, sleep whenever we want. Yep, that's fair. That is very fair. God, so fast. Yeah, I don't know. Or anything that just hacks up what was normally a consistent schedule is always rough on the body. North route across the passes. So Hive Titan Sir Gilman expressed an interest in exploring the pools around this route. Fall flat, the south route across the Human Valley is riddled with barren rock and bone. He sensed that Faye may gain a deeper understanding of the rites. You know what? We haven't given Faye a whole lot of like anything recently. So let's let Faye have some stuff here. You get bit emotes even when you're not currently subscribed to the channel with it, which is interesting. Yeah. Bit emotes they're permanent unlocks. If you've given that amount to that channel, then it's a permanent emote that you have unlocked. It's very nice. Started sleeping for 2 hours less than usual for no reason. That doesn't sound fun. I think I bought it like last Sunday, and I'm pretty sure I'm 60 hours in. Damn, Arok. A lot of Skyrim. Touched down in the heart of Ymir Valley, where first you face the fate and the dissonance. You briefly wonder who they're biting you now and how they fare. How they fare. Join your companions for a routine inspection of the wagon following its flight. Jodiel confirms the wagon's wheels withstood the shifting temperature and still appear to be in reasonable shape. Who's got the Sonic Sip? Is that Chi? No, it's Nat. It's Nat. Nat just got their bit emotes today. That was so fast. That was so fast. It'd only be if you're subbed, since the Founder's Badge is only if you're subbed. Yeah, but the bit badge is always there regardless of if you subbed. So it just kind of works in conjunction with bit badges. Founder's Badge is completely different. Founder's Badge is explicitly subscribing. I'm trying to see if I have any other... I just really like that I have this. It's so very good. I think that's all really... I don't really have a whole lot of bit emotes. Just that I have like all of Barry's bit emotes. How does Nat get his emotes approved so quickly? They have been like on the ball. Like Deer got her bit tier emotes and then like immediately submitted them, and they were like ready within an hour. They might just be like auto approving. I don't know. But they've been like on the ball for these bit tier emotes. I don't think Reno works on anything to do with it. tell which emotes I have that are bit emotes. I don't remember which ones for the various subs I have. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Sorry for what Pal's gonna draw for the idea I submitted. I'm sure it'll be great. Here we go. No, you only think you can confirm 2 bit emotes you have? I can confirm. This one, this one, this one, this one. I have almost all of Barry's, except for the 8 that Kung has to her own. I guess I have this one as a bit emote. This would make sense. Okay, yeah, I must have these then as well as bit emotes. Because otherwise, I know Bubbles has more emotes than that. These ones, this one. I think those are Gam's regular 5 emotes. Who gifted me a sub to Gam? I don't remember ever seeing that happen. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all the bit emotes I have. The ones I'm sure of are from Barry, and that's just because I was there. Yeah. Bit emotes are separate from regular on mobile. Oh. Yeah, I did a thing. I did a few things when I was making consistent money. I yeeted a lot of bits of Barry. A lot of bits of Barry. And then I kind of haven't been able to do that for a very long time. I also used to... do you confirm streams we work together? Nice game. I used to announce my presence in Barry's streams with a hammy, so if that's any indication of it. But yeah. Yeah, in another perspective, there's only one other person that has donated more bits than me, and that's Kung. And Kung has donated substantially more bits than me. But yeah, I am the second highest bit donator to Barry. None of those are bit emotes, so I think I may have only Barry. Pizzo managed to calm some of the drive imps prone to dizziness or frenzy. Other than that, everything checks out, and the rest of the crew got through the flight without complaint. We now have a little time before having to set forth by land. Ooh, headwind challenge. Well over that, Mitz. In bits, and actual donos, and gifted subs, and everything. Kung was a very generous Wavo from the very beginning. And she still is very generous, though splitting it up across many, many more people. If I get bit emotes at some point, I'll have like for 1k bits. Yeah, I need to come up with bit emotes. Because they also added 2-month sub badge, which I have an idea for. I just need to have the time to draw it up. And I got 5 bit badges that I can make. I think only 4 of them are usable. Because Spooky would be the only one with 4. But I have 5 that are unlocked. Yes. I have the one above Spooky's level unlocked. So yeah, I can make 5 bit badges, but only 4 of them would be active uses. one of them is, and one of those would be spooky specific. Kung gave like a few hundred emotes within a short time span, so I'd assume they'd smash that benchmark. Yep. 300 subs, yeah. I think Barry said they always give you one more than concurrently. Yes. As soon as the 2 month sub budget came out, Pal sent me one for my channel a few hours later. It's very good. Nice. I'm gonna be like, hey, you can have this if you give more. Yeah. Just a little bit of extra motivation. Yeah, the streamer technically has an exclusive one, and it's also a little bit of motivation to get to that higher tier for even the most generous of people. Got a lot of new stuff here. Oh! The Grease Stone exhibits a flagrant disregard for natural law, thus providing light and entertainment. Keepsake from Mechanalyst. Waking wood wisps. The wisps inside provide a scarce bit of light when it is needed, all for a low monthly fee. Keepsake from Blackface. Why do we have to pay it? Singing Sands. The so-called singing is the sound of countless screeching wheel mites. Keepsake from Ymir Valley. Oh, that doesn't sound grand. I want to see where's... I don't know why I can't look at it further. Oh, we gotta do that. Alright, Kim. Best of luck attempting sleep. Love you. Good night. Also, we have a book to read. Oh, we have many chapters to read. Oh my goodness. Well, in we go, I suppose. Living in exile, in the words of Ymir Manymane, the Alpha Chief. Once I, too, roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called Chief. I traveled all the world, over on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to go stronger. Here, at last, I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason, but in time here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. Downside travels. You cannot survive the downside if you cannot get around. Howlers shall descend on you, or tempests shall shear you to pieces. That is just the way of it. Traveling through the environs is no simple feat. Consider yourself blessed if you were born a cur. If not, however, you shall have to find a means to cross these lands without the benefit of 4 strong paws. Luz Gloria believes that this untamed land can be traversed through the means unnatural. I thought at first that he meant sorcery, but he suggests invention. He speculates that carriages could cross this land by harnessing its fury. A wild thought. In my case, my paws shall suffice. Okay. So that means that. Sec. Gosh dang it, please. Forsaken lands. In the words of Molten Melief, the Wild Witch, years upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all once writhed under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so, we think, did they. We earned the title Witch, and were forced to flee into the downside. Here we encountered Solia Myr, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate these lands and catalog our findings. Felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. We wish to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both of them. Gilmer Valley. The downside prairie first appears serene. It is not. The soil there accommodates only the region's brutish native vines and overbrush. The most likely food sources prove poisonous. Thus we journeyed further north. The climate there grew fouler to my senses, though the Coeur Jamur found it amenable. This sprawling valley, pocked with long evaporated lakes, gives evidence to the monstrosities which roamed this land. We found the region's western edge to be more pleasant on the whole. Therein we found sources of fresh water, whereas over to the east we found the edge of the land's most hideous decay. Mount Alodiel. Gaining the summit of the sacred Mount Alodiel involved no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery in varying proportion. The mountain's energies were palpable, the sensation that we felt indescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer to the stars than to the world we knew. It was upon this highest point in all the downside that we first made efforts to concoct this tome, which you now read. It was there that we were stricken with a vision of the cycle of the rites, and felt together, for the first, a sense of freedom unlike any we had experienced before. But that is a subject which our comrades shall illuminate in greater detail. Book 4. Celestial Landmarks. In the words of Luce Gloria, 100 minds, the skull. Do you feel kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them, perhaps one day even your freedom. I chased the stars across the river of my genealogy until they led me here. A demand they explained to me the paradox of knowledge. For how is it that something can be shared but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but sent me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the stars, are 9 lenses through which we see the land and see ourselves in a new light. The Book of Rites. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Arch, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds irredeemable. That's probably Sarah. Suffice it to say that the details of their banishment are written in this book. The sisters in the book became inseparable, not unlike the stars, their light, and the infinite darkness that engulfs them. The stars communicate to us, and you, in turn. The words within this book are but an edifice, a simple surface. Look past the text to the hidden meaning, to the hidden power. The stars above, as they are not mere lights, these are not mere words. If you chance upon the Sisters of the Arch within their prison here, give them our thanks. Book 7. The 9 Triumvirates. I thought there were only 8, but it would make sense that the 9th would be the Nightwings who roam from place to place, being the Holy One, I suppose. In the words of Haub the Swallow, the Accursed. At first I found it much too difficult to read, much less to write, even to grasp the quill. But the Horned One, Myrrh, implored me. He said that this is the greatest gift that he could give me in return. In return for what, I asked. In return for his life, he said. I did not save your life, I said. You did, he said. We fight about this still. Myrrh is stubborn, more than I. Now hear him, and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 Triumvirates, for I am of this land, unlike the rest who wish to leave. We knew not everyone could leave who wanted. Seldom would the opportunity arise. Thus did we organize those striving for the chances into 9 sets of 3. On Commonwealth. Ooh, this action might be important. In the words of Triesta Tithys, the Blessed Born, we, the 8, assembled here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom, so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange we have not made lightly. It is my charge to ensure that you, should you regain your freedom, first off recognize its qualities, and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings, I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I am bound. It is your charge to be free, and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here, and learn from what we did, and build a new and great society, a freed society, with wings spread wide forever. Seems they have yet to really succeed in that free society. And that's it. What's up, Gil? Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Reader, this knight is very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Pamitha overhears you and joins. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it is yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I in turn have wondered what your seas are like, but the thoughts of swimming fills me with disgust. Though I haven't had to swim, and you now have to fly. That's very brave of you. You handled it better than some harped fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. That was quite nice of Pamitha. And what else is BTV broken saturation? Yeah. Low chat, there's usually, and I can't see them, sending settings that mention BTV. Yeah, I noticed that today. We moved facilities for my new work, and I set up BTV on my computer. And it worked for a bit, and then just like right now, it's like, nope. So I think Twitch may have done a patch update, and now BTV has to do their patch update to make sure it still lines up with everything. Criff! Sandra is arguing with the Phantom. You've returned, have you? I said Sarah. It's Sandra. What is it you require? You've invoked Sandra. Beyond Chris. What's on your mind? How very kind of you to visit me again like this. So lovely, Rita. For I was just standing about in the blackness of this void, thinking it would be most pleasant if something were to happen for a change. There was a long period of time that this incarceration of mine failed utterly to do anything but bring me peace of mind. Not much of a punishment. I invite you to imagine an upbringing among the Sisters of the Arch, living on the outskirts of civilization. Your days all full of training which could kill you or just cripple you for life. Some of the functions for it also stopped working, like showing deleted image. Tried removing and adding the extension again, didn't they? Yeah, I tried that too. There must have just been an update that they need to accommodate for. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure Twitch does not really care for third-party extensions making adjustments to their software, so they're not concerned with them hacking up BTTV. So Twitch will just roll out their updates regardless. Sisters of the Arch, an ancient band of killers trained almost from birth to carry out their missions without fail. All the sisters needed was a name and a sum of 500 souls up front. So other people came out to kill the Forsaken King. Sandra may have been more eager than others. How do you suppose I lost my sight? Through glorious battles with the scribes, or in a careless sparring session with my master? She is called the Unseen. Ah, but I've not forgotten enough just yet. In any case, first I welcomed the prospect of not having every moment to survive. But in less than 2 centuries, why, I started to grow terribly bored. It did not help at all that the Nightwings of the early days were the strongiest lot you could imagine, obsessed with obeying the book as strictly as they could. Anything with the pitch issue that came up in a prior Barry stream? Maybe. Though I thought that was a feature that Frankerface Z added on top. I'm not sure. Because yeah, I didn't have the pitch issue, but it seemed like people that had Frankerface Z installed as an add-on did have that. Some of them started to remind me of myself, I think, when I was young. Such idiots, the lot of them. But what am I saying? I shall not bore you further with such matters. I would have bored myself to death back then. If only I could die. Like so many other things. I think mortality is something often taken for granted, until it is taken away. Oh boy. Oh, that was a surprise burp. Oh, that caught me off guard. So given your mortality, let's say that we get back to business here. Let's have a right. It is the least I can do in exchange for your company. You need but point me to the one you have in mind. What's happening, Headwind? We got Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Headwind. Oh, you must mean that nomad boy. So innocent, that one. I should have a lot of work to do with him. Then, let us bring him forward. Soon, Headwind appears, in heat of the summons. Hey, my friend, what's going on? Nomads such as Headwind have well-balanced abilities and rights, but no exceptional advantages. I'll probably go into the next right, and then we'll call it quits for the night. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen, wild boy, you answer to me here. Understood. You are a fool. Do not talk back to me. Your reliance on your friends is such a burden upon them. Let us see what you can do without their aid, save for that of your lovely reader there. A mixed team. Oh! Getting in there. Free spirit. No, I'm out of stamina. No mas. I would implore you not. Oh! We go. Easy peasy. That one's probably the easiest of the trials I've done so far. We did it. It seems you did indeed, boy. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now farewell. The essence are ruthless triumvirate of winged harps harboring a deep hatred for the Commonwealth. Hack the essence. Hack them. Oh, well, that orb's in a different space. Good to be back after all that. Say, what's that you have? Goal's Bracer. Headwind power casts his aura with greater ease and gains infinite stamina on hit for 2 seconds. Please circle when you see a flash. I'm probably not going to use that. Probably not going to use that. I don't know. Like, for the most part in this game, I'm actually not the biggest fan of casting your aura. Like, unless your aura isn't bigger than theirs, there's, like, no real point. Which, I mean, it's kind of the whole gist of this. Stamina on it for 2 seconds. Alrighty, man. Take care. Have yourself a good night. Forecast are with greater ease and gain stamina on hit for 2 seconds. Maybe. I think we'll keep it around for a bit just in case we want to give it a shot, but I think it's probably better to just have my regular old stuff. Canvas wings. The black wagon is flight capable, though by which means you do not yet fully grasp. Keepsake. We survey. Having reached the fall flat, you decide to accompany Faye for a walk among the desolate sprawl. Your conversation soon turns to matters of the rights, which you discuss at length. Oh, miss, I think you must be right about what you just said. By the time you return to the wagon, you sense she gained a deeper understanding of it all. Time together caused Faye to gain enlightenment. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I need to use Faye. She has a lot of built up enlightenment. Okay, here we go. Oh, this was where we were supposed to land. Oh, okay. So now you just had like one choice before going on to your next thing. One of the downside slashing line lets you you are to conduct the rites here soon against Sir Deluge and the Pyre. We go. For right to right. Maybe even a left. Page revealed the string of Yomura and the 8 scribes. Gosh dang it. So much to read, so much to do. Oh, hey guys, let me tell you something real quick. I happen to have heard that Mr. Greentail, he's moved on or something like that, right? Well, just want you to know, he was one of my favorite customers. Because of that, I'm giving you the same great deals, okay? Thanks. When flinging the orb into the adversary's part of the bear deals bonus damage. That's not terrible. But I'd rather take the upgrades, and I can't. I don't have enough money. Just want to move around for free to get some stamina. I don't think I really need any of these. Banished longer isn't good. 2,000 the adversary's part of the barriers. Fire restores 4 by 5. It's nice. Grants the bear +2 presence. Hope. Extra. Start. I think we're just gonna have to deal. We're just gonna have to deal for now. Wish you guys would have bought something, maybe. Sorry. Okay. Hey. Let's see. Headwind. Faster while carrying the orb. Nah, we can try this. Banishing adversary. We only get +1. We kind of have to really work for it. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to have Jordario basically defense anyway. Quickness. Tizo. That's an incredible one. Safety. Extra damage when done in. Gosh dang. I actually have like really good stuff that I don't really want to give up. Bear moving fast with the orb is really nice. Maybe I do that instead of quickness. Could do that. Oh, 4 quickness is quite a bit. 6.7 meters per second. Ardent. Oh. 11% increase, which is 0.6, while she has the orb. What if I take that off of this? 5.5. So in total, this is just faster overall. I think I'll just be better in the long run. Yeah. Okay. What's up, Pamitha? Find Pamitha by herself again, though her expression has grown darker than her custom. Leave me be, would you, reader, darling? Trying to get some good and proper moping done here, and you're distracting me. Leave me be, reader. Just leave me be, reader. Just leave me be. You don't want to know what's lurking in my heart or mind. What you'll find there isn't pretty. It's something about her thought process is different to you. You know that with her conditioning, she can resist your scrutiny, but now her thoughts are laid bare to you. Pamitha is alone with her thoughts. Would that we all could simply understand each other without a need for words. The Pamitha knows how to volunteer her thoughts more readily. She has something to share. I'm gonna prod. Pamitha seems to be inviting you into her thoughts. You remain there in that lonesome space with her. What's it going to take, I wonder, Tamitha? Shall I just go ahead and kill them all? That would be proof enough, perhaps, about my loyalty to you and your sister. Perhaps I had to start with this one right in front of me. Bond between you severs as Pamela opens her eyes and stares at you. And she smiles sweetly and gives a gentle laugh. You see, reader darling, my thoughts are rather cumbersome at times. But do not fear, I have them very well under control. Still, thoughts being the loathsome thing they are, I nonetheless cannot fully suppress them. She exhales and looks for Ask. You know by now why I am in this mess with all of you. You could say I lacked Tamitha's sense of commitment, her zeal. She lives only to see your nation overthrown, or something worse, if she could have her way. Centuries of conflict can be quite emboldening that way, especially when one's sister's leading cause of death is Commonwealth forged steel. Wielded with the utmost of mercy, of course. Well, I had little patience for the senseless of it myself. Became a bit of a pariah, I suppose. I knew Tamitha was going to get herself and others killed someday. So when she was to fly out on this one big mission of hers, I had other arrangements made. But after she was caught, your people did not exactly uphold their end of the bargain. I knew there were such risks, of course, and yet chance is still a chance. Tamitha was clipped and cast down. A mercy, they called it. I did not see it that way, and in my growing protests of her treatment, I was soon enough to follow. She falls silent for a while. I haven't yet decided if I entirely regret my actions, but I do seek Tamitha's forgiveness, and wish that she could see my thoughts for what they are, and it seems you can. Then she might realize our nation's people have much more in common than she knows. Sometimes I wonder which of them is the stupid. She brushes past you and out of the wagon for now. There's a lot to glean from that. Tamitha's mostly just against her sister. And I guess maybe trying to get back in her sister's good graces. Considering that she ratted her out. It scribes. We found each of the others in due time, by fate, not by coincidence. The wise Lusglorian stood among the trees gazing at the stars, expecting us. The wild witch Melith was so enthralled by my liege's utter transformation, she stayed her sorceries. Blessed-born Triesta swooped down upon us, but to warn of imminent attack. The many-maned Yomior thus intervened, and shared with us his humor and his hunt. Even the Under-King Ores himself sought out an audience with us. Thus we became the 8 and journeyed on together. The spring of Yomior. I oftentimes think the carapace of the hive titan Biolanthius shall be an everlasting blemish on an almost splendid bit of land. But Yomior, in his brashness, felled the monster with a certain flare. Then the moon shone through the ridges of the massive carapace and shined upon the pooling ichor, turning it into the freshest nectar ever to be tasted. Spring shall flow eternally, and those who walk within it shall experience the resplendent glory of the land. The stars began to fall there in the spring with regularity, and now we know how soon again they shall do so, and we wish for you to see it for yourself. Okay. Let's get ready to rumble. Everything is set for the rite to commence. All is quiet amid the rocky pathways at the spring of Yomiur. All there is left to do is to wait for the nightfall to set in. You observe Sir Gilman sliding back and forth, back and forth. You sense something is weighing on his mind. This night is not a night at all. This knight betrayed his former commander, abandoned his brethren of the Sea Dominion. But what is knighthood even? What is knighthood if it means having to follow such a craven as that Sir Deluge? Cease this nonsense, Gilman. Focus on the right, focus on the right, focus on the right. He notices you finally. Oh, Master Rita, this knight did not see you there just now. Such was his preoccupation with the task at hand. Now that this knight stands prepared, He has no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to battling his ex-triumvirate. Please consider letting this knight participate, for his honor to restore. And a glimmering within the sky draws your attention and his attention. For the rite commenceth.
Reader, ever persevering, aren't we? Well then, rejoice, because the cycle of the rites begins anew. Perhaps you'll liberate another soon enough.
I hope.
Your chosen adversaries here shall be the Pyre Hearts. Reduce their flame to ash, just as you did when last you met. Now, who exactly shall oppose them?
Who indeed? Gilman, this is still not abandon your new friends, like all your other duties and responsibilities. Sir Deluge wrestles with his mask for a time. This knight is most surprised that you have the courage to even show yourself. You speak of courage, Sir Deluge. This knight has little else to say to the likes of you. That figures, Gilman. You are no knight at all. You are a teensy minnow swimming in a sea of minnows many, many times your size. With much more honor, too. And something comes over Sir Gilman. But just as soon it fades, Sir Gilman slinks away. Disgraceful, you Nightwings. You're stupid to have taken that one in. You are no good at the rights. And another thing, we do not fear you. This night companions have grown so much stronger since we dumped that worthless soul Gilman. You sense Sir Deluge speaks the truth. The Pyre Hearts are more capable than before. Each time you face a triumvirate, they gain talisman and masteries. Good night, Gwen. Thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah, I'll probably end up calling it quits right after this right anyway. But yeah, have yourself a good night. Special proficiencies are right bestowed by the 8 scribes of the enlightened. To the 8 scribes develop certain strategies and pass them down. His or her triumph. Not underestimate.
Now we shall get started.
Yeah, now we can actually do this. The bear is banished. Ensuing blast can banish adversaries in a radius. Ooh, that's actually very bad. Quickness up. No talisman. They both banish in a wider effect. Oh, if they banish one of us, one of theirs comes back right away. They're gonna be very strong. Oh my goodness, you're so swift. You're so swift. 11 meters per second. They're very fast. They're very, very fast. First and foremost, though, we're gonna have Faye up front.
Faye.
Gilman, Jadariel, or Head. Let's go with Gilman. We'll offer a bit of good defense as well. Let's test out Headwind's new amulet.
Headwind. Very well.
All right, Sir Gilman. Let's see what your old friends can do. Come then, Nightwings. Show this knight how you defend the honor of that miserable minnow whom you harbor. On guard. Go.
Commence.
Yeet.
In honor of the scribes.
Ooh. Oh, well, that was fast. That was swift. Slytherin.
So
Get in there, Faith. Yep.
Their pyre sputters.
The faithful drift. Oh no. And no. What?
Glory to the scribes.
How? Now the most glorious defeat is imminent. This knight can feel it in his bow. Oh, she's good. She's good.
The flames of freedom.
Two more. What?
There it is.
How? Could have sworn I had enough range for it. Easy peasy. They don't have the greatest defensive capability.
The rite has nearly ended. And it is done. The
Weird.
Nightwings prevail yet again. And what a crushing victory it was.
Shouldn't have gotten any in there, but
The rite is done.
curse you, Gilman. You are a fool to abandon us. Now you only twist the dagger in our backs. You still do not seem to understand, Sir Deluge. This knight is no longer beholden to the likes of you. This knight is bound only by the path toward enlightenment. Your words ring false, and you are unfit to lead. Shut up. You know exactly what you are, Gilman. You call this knight a craven, yet your courage is a mere facade. And everyone knows, everybody knows, this knight shall see to it. Sir Gilman does not respond, although you sense the words of Sir Deluge got to him.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes. The moon-touched girl has greater understanding than it seems.
It scribes, they so inspire me, and now I feel that I've grown somehow closer to them, maybe? Sprinting place slows down nearby adversaries, which is very powerful. Big jumps and power jumps faster than... That's right, Fade power jumps. Sprinting slows down nearby adversaries, though. Gonna go with the slow. Before brief charge up time before Faye can cast her aura is greatly reduced, so Faye could be offensive. Oh, grasping the aura, Faye sprints and jumps without using stamina. Oh wow, how did I not pay attention to that before? Leaps towards the orb. No one has it. Faye flings the orb faster and further. Brief charge up time before Faye jumps. Sprint is version. Oh, I suppose, yeah, because I wanted the jumps. The jumps were very, very powerful. Because, yeah, not having a recharge or a chart wind-up time on that just makes Faye work very, very quickly. Jumps and power jumps further than usual. Yeah, I'm probably going to be jumping to get into those last victory points. So, yeah, let's get the jumps.
Until the stars align.
Check inside the Black Window from time to time. Find new souvenirs from your travels across the downside. You return to the wagon after you and your fellow exiles prevailed against the Pyre Hearts and find Volfred waiting for you there. Well done back there, my girl. You are serving your companions well. Now then, I have something that I wish to share with you, if you've a moment. We've discussed the plan of which we're all a part. I have a means of measuring our progress toward the goal. Maybe by right there. Spark a revolution to Commonwealth as peaceful as possible. 28%. How did it go up by 3? I don't know. I'd like for you to have a look at it. First, let's determine where the rites may take us next. Look forth
I expect you shall again see several shining stars where once you saw but one.
Gaze again into the darkness of night. They beckon. Triesta. Oris. And Gol.
Nostra temere.
Several shining stars. A trick of the eye, or the will of the scribes. Who can say? I too once gained this newfound vision many years ago, following my first liberation rite, and I believe only we of the Nightwings have this gift. My first liberation rite. Does that mean you were freed and sent back? I realize that in choosing whom the Nightwings confront in each rite, we in turn influence which triumvirate we face when the time comes for someone to be set free. The object I invite you to use contains further detail. You may use Fulford's planner to see your current progress. Now that shows the relative standings between the 9 triumvirates and the rites. Whichever triumvirate carries the most favor shall confront the Nightwings for a chance at freedom. Look upon it. You may assess your progress towards your ultimate goal, as well as check the current standings of your adversaries. Fulford shall keep this information up to date for the remainder of your quest. You may look over it or any time in the Black Wagon while searching the stars. Right, still next liberation. We do that. No. Done. Additional exiles required. Number of additional exiles required to join the Nightwings and fulfill a key aspect of the plan. So there is another we can get. Cycles of rights turns faster. The next right should be sooner than before. The number of opportunities you had to liberate your companions. All rights conducted. Against your adversaries. Exiles were liberated. Fulford's current best estimate that the revolution brewing in the Commonwealth shall succeed. Ludium, the first ninth month, 8:37 AS. At long last, the plan is well underway. The cycle of the rights turns quickly for the time. We soon shall have another stab upon the ball of soul. Okay. Favor of the current standing. All right, the triumvirate with the highest favor is poised to take on the Nightwings in the next liberation. Their name, their record. Have availed them that defeat in the right since your journey began. Ours is the triumvirate against watch all the judge, defiles of the rights, who forsake the scribes for a profane monster. Chaotic firebrands, unconcerned about what is at stake in all of this. Prisoners of war, whose hatred for the Commonwealth runs deep. Corrupted opportunists, who mean to use the rights for selfish gain. They cling to the belief that the scribes are watching over them. Their righteous traditions have given way to ruthlessness and spite. Once known for their spirit and bravery, now craven laughing stock. Prideful at having prevailed more than all the triumvirates combined. So at some point, we'll have to find someone to get. But other than that, we're just kind of looking at the standings and which favor people are at. So right now, withdrawn is at the highest. So we kind of want to just like keep taking them down a peg so that our actual contested battles for freedom and ascent are at the best odds. Drawn, distance, essence, chastity, cues. So we're kind of going to be wanting to go for essence, dissidence, or withdrawn. There's the essence. The dissidence or the fate. Or, yeah, the fate. So I got either of these two. Amethel wasn't in the last fight. I think let's... Yeah, let's take them out so that we don't have to deal with them as one during the final rite, the enlightenment. So we're to have another brush with Tamitha. Perhaps she'll spare me yet another moment of her time. She's here because of me, and I am here for her. Tamitha then tells you more of your next adversary, her own blood sister. Tamitha Thane, a harp of the High Wing remnants, raised from birth to excel in outwitting and outmaneuvering her enemies. She seems driven by her hatred for the Commonwealth. After retreating to the mountains centuries ago, the harps refused to join the Commonwealth. Those old tensions boiled over into raids or skirmishes or all-out war. Flight tacticians such as Tamitha gave the High Wing remnants a swift and powerful military presence to this day, despite the harp's small numbers. She once hatched ambitious plans to overthrow the Commonwealth, breaching its defenses so her sisters could rain down untold destruction. On the darkest night of the year, she yelled a daring infiltration mission deep into her enemy's lands. It almost worked. However, she was betrayed by someone very close to her, someone branded a Commonwealth sympathizer, Tamitha. Tamitha was caught, clipped, and subsequently exiled as a prisoner of war, but being trapped within the downside only stoked her fury. I wound up here not too long afterwards. Anyway, it's complicated what happened between us. What I did for her own good, and that of all our sisters. I'm beginning to doubt that Tamitha will ever see it that way. We'll see, I suppose, but for now, I'd best try and catch what sleep I'm able. Pleasant dreams, then, darling. Hi, Chen. That's perfectly fine, though. You might have to lurk in the chat of whom we're gonna be raiding, because I'm just about to call it a night, because I gotta get some heckin' sleep. Bid a good night to Tamitha in turn. No time now to make flight preparations, though. Come morning, the Black Wagon will press on. We have more. I have so much for its planner, maintains summary of progress of the rights, having a smoke. Okay. So that's fine. We can talk to Gilman. Greystone is having a roam. Tamitha's biography has been updated. Ooh. So we have found all of her information. Harp Talon. Verdun. Conspiracy is her crime. Motive insurrection. She made repeated attempts to make contact with enemy combatants take into custody. Wow. As mercy guides our hand, we should spare your lives but rid ourselves of you. Wow, that's rude. Basically acting as spy and then forsaken for it. The record states she remained loyal to the High Wing remnants despite claims to the contrary. Alleged. And the downside one's past tends not to be a subject of doubt. Tamitha has survived for 4 years in the downside thus far. It is a life sentence. Some withstand the downside for no longer than a day or two, while others last for many, many years. Verdun. She was born on the 31st of 8th moon, suggesting she is practical and easygoing. I don't want astrology. Okay. She was a talent ace of the High Wing remnants who possessed the talent of her sisters, but not their single-minded zeal. She grew weary of the fighting and decided she would put an end to it. Thus, when a critical battle approached, the Commonwealth was waiting, and her own blood sister was among the hearts captured and clipped. She was more guilt-stricken by this turn than she expected. When she attempted to contact her blood sister in exile, she was told that she could seek her first hand and was exiled in turn. Okay. Never mind, she wasn't really betrayed. Well, she still was betrayed after her betrayal of her sisters, but she did request to speak to them and was taken as further betrayal. What's our last story, and then we'll call it good for the night. The Pyre Hearts. Pyre Hearts all follow in the path forged by the Underking Horus, whose many mighty deeds exceed the smallest stature that somehow contained him. His is the most spirited triumvirate, their courage unfaltering, their hearts full. They live always with vigor, and perhaps they die with it as well. They are Underking's own kind, as at home above the sea as in it, never ceasing, ever longing as they do for something more. The Underking chose wisely. for these qualities and teaches. The life devoid of passion is a life devoid of life itself. That burning passion is the fuel that drives the Pyre hearts, and in turn, us all. What do you have to say on this, Gilman? Sir Gilman is in a contemplative mood. He's been rather quiet, at least more than usual, ever since his confrontation with Sir Deluge. He notices you there and slides forth in a solemn manner. This night, he knows not what he shall do. Knows what he shall do now. When all of this is over, Master Reader, we Worm Knights, we all are born and raised to prove ourselves superior to all of billions of our kind, to lead our lives, however short, with glory. From the moment we shove past our wormling brethren and their execs to the very end, we are conditioned to excel, to prevail at all costs. This relentless pursuit of glory, of fame, of self-worth, it leads most of this night's kind only to an early doom. Or, in the case of Sir Deluge, it leads to a life of falsehood. A life of low deceit, abusing one's fellow worm knights, shirking one's responsibility, living in constant fear. This knight cannot abide his former commander, yet pities him. There must be more to honor than to lead a life engulfed in endless conflict. Then he looks at you intently. This knight shall ever seek that honor out, when all of this is ended, Master Rita. Thus he vows to you, and he is ever grateful that your guidance led him to this new awakening. But until such time, this knight is duty-bound unto the Night's Wings. This, the fulfillment of our plan in our pursuit of freedom, is to be his final quest. For what awaits him afterward is no mere quest. The honor that this knight has sought, it cannot be fully achieved through knighthood, can it? It requires something more. I trust you understand. He slithers off, his head held high, though not a million pride. Something has changed him. And +2 presence permanent. Oh, wish him well. That's actually very good. Impressive. All right. And with that, I'm going to call it quits for the night. Because I got to get some heck and sleep. Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone, for hanging out. I appreciate it. I will be back on Wednesday. We'll be back with more Pyre. And we'll probably be playing Pyre until we beat it. And I'm pretty sure I will probably not be around for this weekend. I'm pretty sure I'll probably go back and visit the family, I suppose, to wish my papa a happy birthday and retirement, as well as say hi to some friends from back home, too. But yeah, let's go see who we can go say hello to. Question is... Manic is still alive, and Manic is having a borf. So let's go say hi to Manic. Yeah. Thanks again so much, everyone, for hanging out. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday for some more Storytime Pyre and Mystical Basketball. But yeah, thank you so much. Have yourselves a wonderful night. And give Manic some love and a happy birthday. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.